69% of people polled by CNBC say they have a negative view of the economy. President Biden talks about the economy all the time. What? Why aren't people buying it?
He talks about the economy all the time because he wants the American people to know that he's doing everything that he can to make sure that his policies that he's put forward that has shown that he's building an economy that doesn't leave anybody behind. I know you're reading a poll right now. That is one poll, but he's not going to stop talking about what the American people really care about.
China is setting up police stations in the U.S. There's more proof now that they created COVID. There is reason to think that there were more spy balloons than the White House has said. Why is it taking so long for President Biden to call Xi and tell him to cut it out?
We have said over and over again that the president intends to call President Xi. I don't have a call to read out to you at this time.
So Monday, you're going to have 3 of the lawmakers who protested
peacefully protested.
Who peacefully protested after the Nashville Covenant School shooting. Have any of the victims or the victims' families been invited to the White House?
I don't have anything to read out to you about any invite.
Why?
I just don't have anything at this time to read out to you any invite. What I can say to you right now is that the president is focused on getting things done. Just a little news.
Is the White House or the president aware that a federal watchdog is investigating whether the DEA administrator improperly awarded millions of dollars in no-bid contracts to hire her past associates? Is there any comment on that?
So that's the first time I'm hearing this. I would have to check in with our colleagues. I just don't have anything to share at this time from the podium.
The gas has been inching up 24 cents over the past month. Are there any new actions the president is going to take now to bring gas prices down for the summer?
So as a reminder, gas prices are not where they were a year ago because of the actions that this president has taken. They have gone down by $1.30 since this summer. Again, because of what the president has done. I was being asked about why the president talks about the economy, because he wants to make sure that the American people know the work that he's been doing and how he has put inflation number one thing that he wants to get done as it relates to the economy.
Speaker McCarthy is preparing to unveil a plan to lift the debt ceiling. Are you in communication with him about that? That is expected later today.
So what I can say is we've heard that there's something coming out today, a plan coming out today. Speaker McCarthy is engaging in dangerous economic hostage taking. You heard directly from the president. He was very clear about this yesterday in the Rose Garden, and that is threatening, as we all know, hardworking Americans' jobs and retirement savings, and in his plan. And so it is clear that extreme House Republicans, the MAGA House Republicans, what they want to do, they've been very clear about this. They have told us over and over again they want to increase costs for hardworking families.
So core inflation is basically flat. And if we see gas price inflation come back into it, how concerned is the president that inflation will then come back up? And we've seen him resist policy pivots. Are there any concerns is there any examples of the president possibly looking at policy pivots for the future?
So we're always monitoring gas prices, which we know are a key part of families' budgets, which is why the president has done the work that he has. Again, gas prices are not where they were a year ago. They have gone down since it's the highest peak this past summer. And we have always said it will take some time for inflation to come down, and we may see bumps in the road. That's why the Inflation Reduction Act is important.
As was mentioned, House Speaker McCarthy is preparing to unveil this plan. He's hoping by the end of today. And one of the proposals is that it would be raising it by $1.5 trillion or suspending it until May 31st. Taking aside any spending cuts that they want to include, with the White House support doing a short-term extension for a year.
I'm not going to get into the mechanics. What we have been very clear about this is that there should be no negotiation. This should be done without conditions. We've been very, very clear these past several weeks, several months on how we view the debt ceiling and what should be done. It should be done, again, without conditions.
Today and previous days that the president wants a clean debt ceiling, a clean vote on the debt ceiling. But can you talk about whether he would want an amount, the debt ceiling to be raised by an amount or by like a date?
No, I'm not going to get into the details. This is something that they should do. They should raise the debt ceiling. This is something that the House Republicans need to get done. I'm not going to get into specifics. I'm just not going to get into specifics